Welcome, Wanderers. My name is OrmrOlaf, and welcome to Tetris Effect, the best version of Tetris ever released. Full stop. I believe the update made it Tetris Effect Connected. It's what added multiplayer, if I remember right. But this is a game that was released partially in part by a collection of developers that also do very cool things in other spaces. Immediately what comes to mind for me is a VR game called Res Infinite, which I believe was a port of a PS2 game or something. But this also has a VR port. I'm just playing it 2D because it's a little easier to record that way. But I know what you're thinking. It's Tetris. How good could it be? It could be so good. Tetris could be so good. So we're going to start right at the beginning here. And I'm gonna, I don't want to spoil it. So you're like, oh yeah, there's some particle effects or whatever. Like, what makes that so special? I was like, wait, you can hold pieces. And you're like, okay, yeah, you can do that in a lot of modern Tetris. But what was that? And I know what you're thinking. Oh, anime voices when you move your pieces. Oh, that's so cool. But what was that? Oh, some effects when I rotate the piece? What is this music I'm hearing in the background? This isn't normal Tetris music. And you'd be correct. This doesn't use normal Tetris music. In fact, this has its entire own, separate, unrelated soundtrack. Made in part by Idelic, I believe, the artist. Chiefly responsible. And what's really cool about this game, if I do this, is as you play, everything reacts to what you're doing. Whether that's you mercilessly torturing these blocks out of place, rotating, moving, dropping, clearing lines. Everything reacts to what you do. Everything next to your input as a player. And now you can see all these fish sort of swimming around. The whole game or environment matures and changes as you're going through. And I love this game so much. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, very soon we should be treated to a wonderful bit of vocals here. Let's do this. There we go. Oh, that's right. We got to get past. Okay. This game, I remembered picking it up on PSVR for PS4 ages ago, and I loved it so much I had to rebuy it when I got my PC headset set up. Now we've got some vocals coming in. Playing this in VR is so cool. Being able to have all these particle effects swirling around you and bits in the background, like, phasing into you as you're playing this version of Tetris. And my controller is rumbling in time with the music right now as well. And it's this magical experience that is very hard to talk over while it's happening. Something about this version of Tetris is so enchanting. And the soundtrack is oops, all bangers. There are very few songs in this that I just have not listened to on my own time. I have listened to most of the soundtrack, like, in my car, in passing. There's also an effect called, like, the zone that you see on the bottom left there, It charges as you like drop pieces into place, and you can use it to like get a super like high score thing. I don't use it for that because I'm not like a score maximizer. I just use it as a panic button if I'm getting too far behind on something. And I'm seeing I'm close to clearing all the lines I need, so I might just... Well, no, I don't want to rush it because I don't want to screw up my next section here. So, after I clear these next two lines... do that, and then let's do this. There we go. It transforms you into your next board. And now you are treated to new visuals, new effects, new soundtrack. This version of Tetris, I swear, is so good. And I'm doing a horrible job playing it and talking at the same time. Which, you know, I am starting to appreciate the challenge of doing that when you are not playing a game that is literally just dialogue. Which, the first couple games I played were mostly just dialogue, and trying to play game and talk about game at the same time is kind of hard. Especially when you're trying to... engage kind of both sides of your brain here, trying to make these stupid pieces make sense. I don't want to put that there because that blocks off everything. Let's put this here. Save view. Drop that. I wanted the other Z piece. Here. There we go. Okay, okay, we're getting it back. We're getting it back. Be here. I am chronically horrible at looking at what's coming next in any version of Tetris, though. Any piece that shows up on screen is as much a surprise to me as it is to, like, the algorithm of the game. Like I said, I am not a good Tetris player, but I love this version of Tetris so much. Sure. Yep. Yeah. Oof. Okay, I'm just going to work on clearing little chunks of lines here so that I can actually get some downwards momentum going. Because if these build all the way up to the top, I am dead. Yeah, you can just, yeah, over here. And then you over there, and you in there, and you over there. And anyways, just... this version of Tetris puts you in a particular flow state that's kind of hard to describe. Especially when you've got like the full VR visuals and everything kind of going on. There's just a way you're able to lock into it and just feel the game in a way that you can't otherwise. And trying to talk about it while doing it at the same time is insanely frustrating. Over here. And, okay, so interestingly, I was going to have more Valhalla up instead of this. And I found out I have not saved since the midway point of the last episode, meaning I have about a half hour to catch up on. And I did that whole level in a full panic. Good. Yeah, that's content right there. But Valhalla, I will have to catch up on a little bit off camera. There's nothing that's going to be missed. But it's just frustrating because I was so excited to go back and play more of that. And I just have to wait till I catch up because I don't want to rehash stuff for the channel. So I thought, why not play a game I think I could spotlight a little bit, because every person I've talked to about this Like, they know of Tetris, and more of them I find know about Tetris 99 on Switch than know about Tetris Effect, which to me is weird because it's not a VR only game. Like, I am currently playing this flat screen. It's like a whole native launcher option on PC. And I don't think it was a PSVR exclusive when it came out. It might have been, though. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it was. But I love this version of Tetris so much. And I'm just so surprised when I find out that nobody knows about it. Because the soundtrack is... It's so good. It's so good. And at least for me, like, this scratches a lot of the same itches that something that, like, the movie Baby Driver does. Where you're getting a lot of, like, audio-visual matchup, which I think is, in my opinion, for me, some of the best content is stuff where there's some audio-visual sync up. I have screwed this so bad. Boy, I don't have an escape plan. We're just gonna build. We're gonna build. We're gonna try and recover. It starts here. Keep that. Need that. That there. And once again, I'm doing that thing where it is hard to talk and play this at the same time. I feel like I'm using two very different parts of my brain for this. Which, maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. All this is bullshit. How have you been? People who are definitely watching this. You been having a good time? Oh no. Oh no. I'm not having a good time. Straight up, I'm having a bad time. This is what a bad time looks like. Oh no. We might be cooked. We might be chopped. We might be chopped. We might be totally fine. We might be fine. We might be fine. We might be fine. That one. Fine. We might be fine. We might be fine. Clear a line. Just any line is fine. Oh, buddy, we are so chopped. Alright. I was 3 lines away from clearing. Oh my god. Alright. Let's try this again. No. We're fully start over. No, not like that. Okay, let's try that again. I'm gonna talk more goodly this time, for sure. What was I saying? This might be a good one to hold. Yeah, I'll keep it now. There's a state you can get into when you're playing this and not trying to talk about it at the same time that I have not had in any other game, maybe ever. Like there's some sort of magic that happens with Tetris, and maybe it's not just this version. Maybe it's other versions for other people. Maybe maybe you really like the original Game Boy version of it, or maybe you really love the Super Nintendo version. I think is one that people still play competitively, but this one for me is my favorite. being able to kind of just forget about everything. It's almost like a meditative experience, I guess I would say. Where all you got to worry about is just these little blocks. You get this wonderful swelling soundtrack as you build blocks, the music builds, and as you're interacting, it introduces, intertwines, intermingles your actions into the music. It's just magic. That's all I can say. It's just magic. And I'll try to shut up a little more for the music, because the music in this game is so, like, this song in particular, Yours Forever, parentheses, connected, is one of my favorites on the whole track, or on the whole album. There is no end in sight for us, nothing could measure the kind of strength inside our hearts. Shut up. I feel like as soon as I stop trying to talk, you can see I locked in a little more. And I guess what I'm trying to say is, with how popular Tetris has been for eternity, and people knowing about all these other versions, I feel like this one got shafted somewhere. Maybe it was advertising, maybe it was people didn't like the visuals, maybe people didn't like the music. I don't know. But just the magic that this game has, the visuals just being entrancing, the music reacting to everything you do. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just Tetris. It's just Tetris. But I feel like it is the sum, or how does that phrase go? The product is more than the sum of its parts. Is that how that goes? Something here for me just connects in a way I wanted to share. And if I get even just one person a little bit interested in this game as a result of this, I would consider this a success. Like I said, I am very much not looking at the pieces that come next. I am just planning as they come. So I don't know, in hindsight, if there's some really obvious moves I'm making that people are like, oh my god, how could you do that? You wasted that, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Combos, no thank you. I prefer just reacting as fast as possible. Swap to you. I remember when I was working my old job, there was a friend I had who was very not good at Tetris. Not as like an indictment on my Tetris skill or their Tetris skill, but they just were very not gifted at Tetris. Like, they understood the concept of Tetris and like the fundamentals of Tetris, but just I think the reaction times really stressed them out, or just all the information or the choice paralysis. I'm not quite sure what the disconnect was. But whatever the case was, it's not important. I remember they would ask for me to come over and, not as like a romantic anything, but they would ask me to come over and they would just want me to play Tetris Effect, and they just loved watching all the blocks fall into place. And when I introduced them specifically to Tetris Effect, they didn't want to watch any other version after that. That this was their favorite version to watch, and I think part of it is the visuals are just more engaging. But I like to think, at least in a little bit, some of it was that Tetris Effect magic with all of like the music and everything just reacting to what I was doing, and the rhythm you can kind of get into with the game, and watching everything all fall into place literally as someone else is just setting up all these little blocks over and over, and it's a very fond memory for me. And I always get a little nostalgic for those moments when I boot this back up. Forget where I was going with that. But I just wanted to share this magic with someone again, I think. So hopefully, wherever you are out there in the big wide world, I hope you're having a little bit of that touch of magic here. The game's going to be heating up a little bit, but I think I got this one way better under control than I did previously. Yeah. I'll just put this one right away. I almost always try to keep specifically the long piece in reserve. It's because you've probably noticed I've tried to specifically build around having a big gap in my board. That way, if I ever get to a point where I'm like totally lost, or I'm starting to get behind on pieces a little bit, I've got an easy one to just throw in and get myself a bunch of extra space right off the rip. And I can do fun stuff like that where I just hit it back to back, that's kind of fun for me personally. I don't know if that's like good score wise, but yeah, who cares? Doesn't matter. I'm glancing at my line completion, and I'm seeing we're actually getting kind of close to the end here. Oh, 6 more lines, yeah, okay. Oh, there's 4. I suppose I should show off this other mechanic here. And I've only got 1 line left to do it. I don't know if I can build this up for that. Let's see if I can challenge myself a little bit. Yeah, sure, that's... Oof. And you go there. You go here. I did look ahead on that next piece. Full disclosure, for those 2 LPs is 100% I looked ahead on that. Okay. Okay. And then here's the zone mode. And you go through and you're allowed to just go crazy clearing lines as best you can. Oh, that's bright. And you have this time limit to just clear as many lines as you can. I've got Dodecatris. Oh, that doesn't count for line completion? I had no idea. Well, there we go, line 36. Okay. I thought that would count for line completion. Hey, new high score. I played this a lot more on PlayStation. I'm not nearly as high on my PC copy, but Let's do one more level. I got time for one more. Yeah, I barely got time for one more. More Valhalla, hopefully, will be the next video. And, I know I already talked a little bit about it, but I forgot to save, and I got really upset at myself. But I wanted to put out something, so I put this out. I might also go back to Big Catch, frankly. I've been thinking about that game a lot more since I finished playing it for the video. And, man, something about the movement and, frankly, the music stuck with me a lot. So I kind of want to go back and see if I can just catch a couple more fish. Past that, I do want to finish Valhalla trademark soon, and past that, there were some Steam demos I saw that I was excited to try out. I also really want to play two other very specific games. I was looking at playing Return of the Obra Dinn and what was that other one? It was Return of the Obra Dinn and Outer Wilds, both of which I've never played. Outer Wilds I know very little about, which I've heard is a good thing for that game. We'll slam that in there quick. I've heard Outer Wilds is one of those games you want to go in knowing as little as possible, so I've purposely avoided as many spoilers. So if, I swear to God, the only one comment on this video that this video gets is a spoiler for Outer Wilds, I'm gonna freak out. But Obra Dinn I had played very briefly on my friend's Switch, and I really wanted to play more, but you know, I'm not gonna steal my friend's Switch for an extended period, especially when I don't think I have a way of recording the Switch right now. Maybe in the future that'd be something I could do. I like console games. Console games are fun. I think I've given away myself as a console gamer a few times here. There we go. But Obra Dinn is a big mystery puzzle game. I guess that's what I'd classify it as. It's a puzzle mystery. You're trying to figure out what has happened to a crew of this ship that has come back to shore, and like the entire crew and captain, whatever, are dead, but you have like a magic pocket watch to like see back in time, and you have to like try and figure out what all happened. You can only see like the moment of death. You can't like directly witness everything that happens, which makes for this really cool gameplay loop. And it's got this like really retro computer aesthetic. I forget what the specific system was. It's not MS-DOS, it was later than that. Maybe like I think Commodore 64 is quite right either. But I thought that would be a fun one to play along with Outer Wilds, like just trying to figure those out. Past that, I don't have any specific games planned out. There's a few I've thought about, but I don't know if they'd make for good videos, because I have recorded a couple extra videos for YouTube that I found out after the fact. Awful videos. Like, I was boring myself to death watching them. And I don't think my content is that good to start with, but boring myself while editing to the point of saying that this is not worth anyone else's time, I think was a good marker of not good. I think that was a good marker of not goodness. So I want to hold myself to a little bit of a higher standard. Even though my options are release garbage or release nothing, I would rather release nothing than total bullshit. So, yeah, there's a couple other videos, or games, excuse me, that I'd like to play. I haven't figured out whether or not they'd be good, though. Because I've noticed, and maybe it's just me, videos I like to watch usually aren't multiplayer games. Unless there are friends involved. Like, if it's a group of friends playing multiplayer, that can be hilarious. Some of the best content, in my opinion, on the platform is people having fun with their friends. But a person playing, like, I don't know, what's a good example? Like, if someone's playing Repo or Lethal Company by themselves, I don't think that that's necessarily what I would enjoy watching, and as a result I think I have a hard time understanding what would make that good for someone else to watch if I were to make that. That makes sense? I would rather block that. Oh, perfect. Like I said, I'm not looking ahead at these pieces. Do I want to save this one? No, I want to put this over here. So, I guess despite the lack of videos coming out, I promise I'm still working on stuff, but just like anything, I guess YouTube videos are a skill to develop, whether that's like, and I'm not saying this is like, oh, this is so difficult, you know, YouTube hard. I guess what I'm saying is that it's harder than I thought it would be. And I feel like that's not a horrible thing to say. I think that that is a valid and justified statement. Not that I'm complaining. I just want to make sure I'm putting out something that I would actually watch back in like 10 years. If I'm like, oh man, remember when I like tried to do YouTube because I got randomly inspired by a bunch of bullshit and was going through a crisis, and I was like, yeah, I wanted to record gameplay and put it on the internet. So I figured if it's not something I would be happy watching back later, it's not something I would bother wasting anyone else's time with. Because, like, those videos that I did not post, it was a lot of silence and a lot of like forced dialogue, I guess, is how I would put it. Like, it just was not natural to watch. Or it was games that I like felt a lot about, but I didn't have a lot to say about. Like, one of the ones I recorded was this this game called Nidhogg, which has a sequel that has an arcade cabinet. And it's a fun game. I love playing the arcade version. I have a lot of fond memories playing the first one in like tournament scenarios, or like home tournaments, not like proper tournaments, but you know what I mean. But like, you explain the mechanics of the game and you fight this bot, and then that's the whole video. There's nothing to add at that point. And it was painful to watch. It was just painful to watch. I didn't have anything to add, and I was trying to really come up with anything to say, and it just wasn't coming. So I did not release that because it was bad. And this is a crap piece to get right now. Give me another one. I've only got the same one in reserve. Crap. Okay, we'll put this here. We'll just work with that gap later. Yeah. I guess all this to say, I probably won't release videos on like multiplayer games unless I've got people to play them with, or if I've got like funny interactions or like something to actually like contribute, because all the content from Nidhogg, or like all the entertainment, I should say, from Nidhogg, in my opinion, comes from the interactions that comes with you and your friends arguing over everything happening, and like just weird things with the mechanics kind of bugging out a little bit, especially on that first one. It was a little less polished, I think. Not that it was bad, but I think it was just a little less completed than the arcade cabinet for Nidhogg 2. So unless I've got something specific to like add to like a multiplayer game, I don't think I'll be doing a lot of those. As much as I play way too many multiplayer games. I mean, well, I guess if I were to do like, if I were to talk about, why did I swap that? If I were to like talk about like an essay style something, maybe, but even then, I don't know. I'm just brainstorming here and trying to both play Tetris and keep talking about something. And even however this episode turns out, and I'm not editing this right now, whatever I'm saying now, however bullshit this video turns out, I promise is still better than Nidhogg. The Nidhogg video was just unwatchable. Like, I could even feel when I was recording that one how, like, awkward I was being. It was not a good time. If I'm remembering right, this particular level gets really dicey after you get going. Because unlike regular Tetris, Tetris Effect will sometimes just randomly fire up its difficulty just to see if you're awake, I think. Or if you're worthy of moving on, and I refuse to lower the difficulty. That, in my opinion, for my playstyle, that's copping out. That's quitting. You should be able to beat it on the intended difficulty. Or you should start over. And does that mean I've completed the whole game? Heck no. On my PlayStation copy, I got hard stuck at this one level later. We're not going to get to it in this video. But I got hard stuck on this level because things just got so fast, I could not play it. Is that a skill issue? Probably. But you can see how... Ooh, that fits better there. Like, even just compared to a few seconds ago, this is already ramping up a little bit. But now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think this is the one that gets bonkers nuts. I don't think that's on this set. Yeah, it's not on this set, I don't think. I think that's on the next level set. I also don't speak whatever language this is. I'm been curious what it is. Because, like, all the other, like, songs in English are, like, super clean or whatever. And I wonder what this one's talking about. So if you know what this song's talking about... oh, no, this one does speed up. If you do know what this one's talking about, tell me in the comments, because I'm lazy and I'm not going to Google it. Straight up, just not going to. Ooh, that was a bad swap. Oh, that was worse. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Now, I believe the Tetris Effect name comes from the study that was done on a bunch of people who were all instructed to play Tetris like a certain amount of time, or like play Tetris before they went to bed. And they all reported seeing blocks, shapes, falling down in their dreams, fitting into shapes. Like, and I believe that phenomenon was called the Tetris Effect. And that was like a whole thing in the marketing of this game when it first got announced. And I've not had that personally, but you know, maybe I will tonight. Who knows? So anyway, I think I'm gonna call that there for this. Please check out Tetris Effect if you like sort of like a trance style video game. I don't even know what else I would classify as a trance style video game except for like maybe certain rhythm games, maybe. But this game is so special and so much fun, and you can see I haven't played a whole lot on the PC copy, but these are so well made. And there's even, here I'll show you, there is the multiplayer mode. There's also this effects mode where you can go in and there's like different things you can do. Like there's like marathon, like specific the zone mechanic marathon. You've also got quick play if you just want to play individual levels. You can do specific playlists like the sea or the wind or the world ones. There's like specific other weird ones in here. Like there's so much to this game. Like if you just want a game to come home and shut your mind off and just move some blocks and listen to some music and just like, I don't know, like kind of meditate, kind of zone out, kind of just like refresh. I think this I think this game is such a great way to do that. And I just wish more people would know about it. Is my video to 1 subscriber gonna get anyone else to know about it? Maybe, hopefully, but I don't know. I'm just very passionate about this game, and hopefully that's coming through. So I think I'll leave this here. And go check out Tetris Effect. It's on Steam, it's on PlayStation, it's on Switch, it's on oh god, I forgot I owned it on Switch. Yeah, I have it on Switch. That's how I played it at my friend's place. But go check it out. It's worth the thing. It's probably on Xbox, and that's all the platforms. But wherever you are out there in the big wide world, I hope you have yourself a fantastic rest of your day. And in case I don't see you again, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.